Gentleman from New York reserves. Gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Donald.
Gentleman from Florida is recognized for, what do you say? 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I actually want to welcome the people who are here in the gallery. Glad you're here to see this, because what you are witnessing is actually something functional that Congress should be doing. We have a federal agency called the ATF that has unilaterally decided that they want to make illegal a piece of equipment that they legalized more than a decade ago. The ATF said that the pistol brace is a functional and legal piece that can be added to, and I stress added to, a firearm. And they allowed it to be sold in the United States for more than a decade. Now, why do I say added to? The question for the people in the gallery, the people watching C-SPAN across our country is, have you ever seen a pistol brace? It is mostly plastic and or carbon fiber. It wraps around your forearm, and it has a little pole that sticks out to the midpoint of your hand. The purpose of said brace is for people who actually had an arm injury but still wanted to take advantage of their Second Amendment rights. And the ATF, more than a decade ago, allowed that brace to be sold in the United States. And now we have same ATF who's deciding unilaterally to go back and say that that brace now needs to be registered, and if you don't register it, you are a felon in the United States. If that is not a gross violation of separation of powers, I don't know what is. Because Congress never gave the ATF that authority to criminalize American citizens after they were allowed to buy a piece of equipment. If an agency says that they think a piece of equipment is a detriment to public safety, then it is the requirement of the agency and the executive branch to come to this body and ask for the legal permission to say so. They did not. They don't just get to act on their own accord. They don't just get to define terms for themselves unless Congress gives them that ability. This is, Mr. Speaker, this is one of the fundamental problems we are having here at the national level, is that we have too many agencies who are taking too many latitudes with the liberties of the American people. And instead of going to their representatives for clarification, they decide that they want to make them felons through the back door. That is abhorrent. That is a violation of separation of powers. It is a violation of the very Constitution, and it's a violation of the liberties of the American people that we are all here to represent, regardless about how you feel about guns, and regardless of how you may feel about a pistol brace. None of us should be supportive of an agency using their authorities, or not using any of their authorities, to criminalize the American people. This is a good CRA. We should be voting up on this CRA.
The gentleman is recognized for an additional minute.
1 minute.
I appreciate my colleague from Texas. Don't think I'll need another minute. We should be voting for this measure, Mr. Speaker. This is a measure to stop a federal agency from stepping over its bounds and turning law-abiding American citizens into felons. A vote no on this measure is a vote to allow the federal agencies to run amok, unobstructed, over the will of the people. Our members should be supporting it, and frankly, every member in this chamber should be supporting this resolution today. And with that, I yield back.
The gentleman from Texas reserves. The gentleman from New York is recognized.